Local radio brings people together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We are CRN.
Stay tuned. We're live in 3 minutes. We're live in 2 minutes.
We are CRN.
Stay tuned. We're live in 1 minute. Seconds until showtime. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Look at you go. The one-trip grocery champ, snooze button resistor, master sock matcher. We know the daily grind can be tough, but amidst the hustle, we see you conquer it all. And at Scooter's Coffee, we believe it's the little wins that deserve some big moments of joy. So go on, embrace that tiny triumph. You master parallel parker you. Take that victory lap and savor the sweet taste of success. Scooter's Coffee, you didn't just order it, you earned it.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Vinson's Pub and Eatery on 800 East Main Street has been a go-to destination for the Clayton Commons community and everybody of Seatown. Vinson's Pub and Eatery takes care of all of your food and beverage needs for weekly specials, appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, the entrees, the Vinson special salads. Hey, do you like the desserts? I do too. Side desserts, delicious beverages from soda products, sweet tea, and yes, even your adult beverages. Big screen televisions cover all the action with your favorite sporting events. And the home of Comets Football Weekly every Tuesday night from Vinson's Pub and Eatery. 800 East Main Street. Tell them the Community Radio Network sent you. Vinson's Pub and Eatery. Good food, good fun, and go Comets! Eastern Technical Design Incorporated provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. These drawings include all the necessary structural building, plumbing, and mechanical electrical plans as required to produce and deliver a finished building and/or structure. This company is proudly owned by LFRL's Tracy Brown. Eastern Technical Design. Contact them today at 252-245-1599 or email them at easterntechnicaldesign@gmail.com. Commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Eastern Technical Design is the perfect plan for your building needs.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Since 2018, CRN, proud to be the voice of the Clayton Comets. The following is an exclusive broadcast presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.
As we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving, the Comets are getting closer and closer to a run towards the state championship. After having a bye in round number 1, they took care of business in round number 2 this past Friday night at Nixon Fowler Stadium, shutting out Wilmington's New Hanover Wildcats and locking themselves in to the Sweet 16 on to round number 3. That game is this Friday night against the D.H. Conley Vikings. We set the stage for that game, and we recap last Friday night with Kim Winslow, the coach Scott Chadwick, and more. It is live from Vinson's Pub and Eatery. It's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025, and another edition, playoffs edition, of Comets Football Weekly starts right now.
Comets Country, it's time. Are you ready? From football to basketball, baseball, softball, and lacrosse, and even volleyball to soccer, and so much more. From the diamond to the field and the court, it's time for Clayton Comets Athletics. And we are now on the air for broadcast coverage exclusively on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
And once again, we are live from Vinson's Pub and Eatery, live in downtown Clayton. The holiday festivities are getting closer. Thanksgiving. What are we at, less than 50 days to Christmas? My goodness, what a year it's flown by, Coach.
I think we're a lot closer than 50 days to Christmas, right?
Less than 40, maybe?
Isn't Christmas on the 25th?
Yeah.
What's today? The 19th, right?
Today's the, 18th.
18th, 7.
I'd say it's over 40 days away.
30,
Over 40 days away.
37.
Under 40. There we go, under
I think
40.
that puts us at 37.
You're better with numbers than I am, Coach.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Comets Football Weekly. We appreciate y'all for joining us. And, of course, this is the playoffs edition of Comets Football Weekly. Big thanks, as always, to Angie and Caroline, everybody at Vinson's Pub and Eatery for welcoming us, as always. We got a crowd here. Y'all make some noise. You ready to go tonight? Okay, that needs to be a little bit better, so we'll try this one more time.
Nah, they're good.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good.
Coach, got a win Friday night, playoff win on to round 3, and obviously shutting out New Hanover. You're taking the game, sir, as we just jump right into it, sir. Good evening.
Well, I think first off, another just great job by our defense. I think somebody told me it was the first playoff shutout in, what was it, 20 years, I think?
Yeah, it's looking like the last time there was a shutout game was in November of 2005, and it was against the Fuquay Arena Bengals 21-0.
So first playoff shutout in 20 years. our defense has just been tremendous the last couple of weeks to give up 3 in what was a conference championship game and a shutout in the playoffs. But I always do want to say that, shutouts aren't always just the defense. It's the special teams doing a great job with field position. It's the offense protecting the football. So shutouts are a team accomplishment. So, and, offensively, weren't as sharp as we are always, but I would say the one thing was in the second half, I think we scored on every possession there in the second half and just kind of really pulled away. I kind of called it a workman-like game where we just kind of gradually pulled away, and we were a little bit sluggish, I think, at the start. I think coming off the bye and then, having to do the senior night festivities. So it was we were a little bit out of kilter there to start with, but still in the end, a nice 29-0 playoff shutout.
And it is 37 days to Christmas.
37.
I had to look it up
right
on
on
Google, right? Squirrel moment, right there. You're dead on it. Yes, sir. Obviously, a big win, 29-0, but there was things that happened on Friday that obviously I want to give props once to the offense. I thought the defense really did a phenomenal job, but one of the great things I think we saw was when they got possession of the football to start the third quarter, run 9.5 minutes off the clock. I mean, literally sucked the life out of the defense of New Hanover Wildcats and literally was able to capitalize after some, targeting calls or things that should have been called for targeting, and then obviously a touchdown in the end zone there.
Yeah, that was a big drive. Gave us the 3-score lead, and like you said, took a big chunk of time off the clock. And I think offensively the biggest thing was we had 320 yards rushing, which I think is probably a season high. So had 2 guys over 100 yards, Aiden at 131 and I think Noah at 130. So we had a very, very effective run game, and so I think that was the biggest thing is we controlled the football with our run game.
And obviously, it's a 29-0 win on to the next round, the third round, the Sweet 16, starting this upcoming Friday night, and a team that it's going to be what number 3 Clayton and number 6 DH Conley, and obviously Clayton's got the better record, but honestly, when it's the playoffs, it's kind of 0-0, and we're ready to see what happens Friday night. It should be an amazing contest.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's playoffs. Everybody starts at the same place. They certainly have our attention. They beat Southern Durham the other night. Southern Durham's a team that's extremely talented. A lot of really good athletes. A lot of speed, and they put up over 40 points against them.
Yeah, coach is still recovering from having pneumonia. Everybody. So
yeah, still struggling, but. Yeah, I think we're going to have our work cut out for us, particularly defensively. They average over 36 points a game. They can move it through the air, run the ball. The quarterback's brother is actually the leading receiver, so they got a pretty good connection there. So they're going to be a very, very big challenge for us from a defensive standpoint. And but that's okay because right now we're playing defense as good as anybody.
Yeah, phenomenal defense, absolutely. And, Mark said it best in postgame after the game on Friday night. He said, it's just going to get harder from here, right? As we get closer and closer to obviously making it closer to being able to play in December for state championship football, the teams are going to get harder, the competition's going to get harder, and bottom line is according to Mark from Friday night, you better strap on, put on them big boy pants, and because you better pack a big lunch because it's definitely going to be a crazy contest. Those boys are some good old country boys in the Greenville, based out of the D.H. Conley area, and they know how to hit and they know how to play football, and obviously it's going to be a contested battle Friday night.
Well, they're going to be very well prepared. They're going to bring a really good crowd. And again, anytime you move on in the playoffs, you can expect that the team you're playing is going to be better than the last one you played. And I certainly think that's the case here. We're going to have to play better than we did this past Friday. and that's going to be the case if we want to continue. We have to do that every week, and so we have to play better this week. And quite honestly, we need a better night out of our crowd than we got the other night too.
Yeah. Even Kim said that herself, just kind of talking about how it definitely was. There was things that need to be worked on the, to try to make the crowd be more lively, to be more pumped up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think one thing's the PA system. We got a serious issue with that. I feel bad for my buddy Robbie Worrell. And, he's doing all he can, sometimes even screaming out the press box at the top of his lungs to try to, get these people pumped up in the comic crew. And you can't be heard, especially when there's constant music blaring over it all the time. Nonetheless, 10-0 in the first half. Clayton put 19 points on the board in the second half. Obviously, they turned it around in the second half. There was some issues there in the first half of the game. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Well, I mean, we just, like I said, I really felt like, we didn't have the normal energy that we have at the beginning of the game. And I do feel like a lot of times the senior night activities.
Oh, wow. What did you get, Coach? Wow. Holy moly.
Yeah, I got the special, man.
What's the special?
Chicken and ribs.
Chicken and ribs.
Yeah.
I got chicken and dumplings at home, so
Yeah.
that might be better for you, right? For being sick,
The senior night stuff does. It is. I don't want to use the word distraction, but it takes you out of your normal routine in warm-ups.
Sure.
You have to start earlier. You stop in the middle, and I just think it's just a totally different routine, and we didn't handle it very well, and we didn't have the energy that we usually have at the beginning of the game, and that's just kind of how we played for a good bit of the first half.
So I know Kim, and she's going to be joining us here tonight. I know she's probably got some questions for you because she wouldn't talk to you during the game on Friday. She just said, "I'm not going to ask you any questions at halftime, and I'm not going to ask you anything in post." I
wasn't thrilled with our energy level, that's for sure. But,
right.
I got to get off this medicine that I've been on for this pneumonia. It's not making me myself, so I'm gonna be glad when I'm through all these crazy stuff they got me on.
Well, listen. A couple of weeks ago, you point blank said our goal is to play Thanksgiving Friday night. Thanksgiving is next Thursday, so you're literally closer and closer. Clayton is to trying to accomplish that and go to the fourth round, obviously. But I know that you say all the time, one step at a time, one game at a time. I gotta ask you though this question. Having the veteran legendary coach Gary Fowler and all the success and accolades and all he's done in Clayton football, what did that mean for you to have him there? First, the flyby by the train, the 7:15 train. But having Coach Gary Fowler being there for the the moment,
it was great. I kind of wish we could get him to come around a little more often, but I think anytime you can get the guy who has built this program, into what it was and is so much a part of creating the history of this program. Anytime that he comes around and can be a part of what we're doing, we'll take it. And, I think it was really good for our kids to hear, a perspective from him on what we tell them all the time, and that's the importance of protecting the sea and protecting this town, and that we are in the business of protecting this town, and to hear it from someone like him, from the protector of the town, was, I thought, really important.
So I know that it was a little chilly on Friday night. I will tell you this much. Third round of the playoffs, hello, North Carolina weather. You never know what it's going to be like. This Friday, clear skies, 73 degrees as a high during the day. And it's only going to be 58 degrees at night. And I just checked the Weather Channel forecast, and that's even around the 10 o'clock mark. So you better come out here to Nixon Fowler Stadium on Friday night, because that is going to be some amazing weather conditions, and it's going to be an amazing football game.
Yeah, I don't think you can get better weather
on
a Friday in November for playoff football. And like I said, one of the things I emailed to our parents today is that we have worked really hard to put ourselves in a position to have these home playoff games, and we need to be able to take advantage of it, and we need the kind of crowd support, and we need the kind of energy in the stands that is worth a third-round playoff game.
So listen, I want to ask you some questions. Obviously, the game itself, some of the way the players for New Hanover played. Obviously, what was the conversations on the sideline with your assistant coaches and obviously to your players? I have to applaud Keyshawn Stansel for the way that he definitely stepped up and controlled himself on Friday, because there definitely was some provoking going on the field from the other player on the other side of the team. But he definitely, and him and Codwell and everybody pretty much just did everything they could. Thank you, Keyshawn. Hey, buddy. Matter of fact, speaking of the devil, there he walks into the door. So,
well, I think one of the things we talk about is that we have to set our own tone for what our discipline's going to be. We cannot let the opponent determine for us how we're going to control ourselves. And sometimes we allow the opponent to determine how we're going to behave. And the biggest thing that we've told the kids this week is you control yourself. It doesn't matter what goes on the other side of the field. We need to decide how we're going to be.
Cam, you ready to go? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a very quick Comets Football Weekly, because obviously you can see Coach Scott Chadwick's, matter of fact, somebody chiming in, Jackie is watching, and she says, I feel better, Coach. Obviously, I can still tell he's on the mend. So, everybody, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to bring in our All-State sideline reporter, Kim Winslow, and we, of course, will get the final thoughts of the game from last week. Put that one in the rearview mirror. Get ready for the big one. D.H. Conley coming to Clayton Friday night, Nixon Fowler Stadium. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. By the way, I got this email the other day. Please don't shoot the messenger. Remaining playoff games from the NCHS 2A are $15. I'm not saying that I agree with that price, but that is the price that they have come up with on the road to the state championship. We'll give you the details on that calendar and more when we come back. Kim Winslow is joining us next.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
I've been practicing.
What, the cello? You want me to lower the hoop?
Foul.
What, are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock
You're
yourself
about to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Wait till your father gets home. Fractions of a second can be the difference between victory and defeat at the finish line. America's favorite bull ring is back in action for a summer of Friday night NASCAR Regional Series racing. Tickets are just $15 and available online in advance at WCSpeedway.com or at the gate starting at 6 on race nights. Wake County Speedway, 10 minutes south of downtown Raleigh. WCSpeedway.com.
Atwell Exterior Services, the time is now. With mortgage interest rates up, so many smart homeowners are renovating rather than moving right now, and those who hire Atwell Exterior Services in Greenville are thrilled that they did. For residential roof replacement, roof repairs, roof inspections, and more, done right by a local family business with awesome customer reviews, please visit AtwellEXTServices.com or call to set up a free inspection. Atwell Exterior Services, honesty, integrity, experience. The time is now.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Clayton Comets on the Community Radio Network. We are excited for a new broadcasting season, and Vinson's Pub and Eatery is on board for another year. Located at 800 East Main Street in Clayton, Vinson's Pub and Eatery is the hotspot location every Tuesday night from August to November on the road to a state championship with Comets Football Weekly. Join Coach Scott Chadwick and myself, other CRN colleagues, dignitaries, the players, the coaches, the insight to the game before Friday Night Lights. Vinson's Pub and Eatery is where you need to be every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern for Comets Football Weekly. We're looking forward to having it live on the radio as always at wearecrn.com, but nothing compares to seeing it in person. Comets Football Weekly, CRN, Tuesday, Vinson's Pub and Eatery. Join us. Pub+Eatery provides high-quality energy drinks with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash later or even the jitters. Pub+Eatery is committed to helping individuals stay energized and perform at their best. When you need to have a little energy boost without all the lag or fatigue, let Pub+Eatery take care of your body today. Use the promo code CRN for 10% off of your order every time. Pub+Eatery. Vinson's Pub and Eatery, where we are for coverage of Comets Football Weekly Playoff Edition in our third season. Welcome back. I'm Wesley Outland, joined alongside with the coach, Scott Chadwick, coming off of that 29-0 win over the New Hanover Wildcats. Don't forget coverage of Friday night at Nixon Fowler Stadium against the D.H. Conley Vikings out of Greenville. Clayton is number 3, D.H. Conley number 6. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. with the Allstate pregame kickoff. That will also include the Coach's Corner. We didn't do that this past Friday because Coach was under the weather, but we're going to bring that back hopefully. And then, of course, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Hey, before I go any further, the C would like to congratulate the Clayton Comets Mini-Mites Super Bowl champions over Wendell. And I'm understanding a couple of days ago that some of our Comet football players made the trip to the Civitan and visited those young athletes, and they were able to get it done over Wendell. Let's give those Mighty Mike Comets a round of applause. Big win at West Johnston. All right, it's time to jump inside the mind of Kim Winslow. It's presented as always, Allstate. Remember, Comets Country, you're in good hands with Allstate. And Kim, I'm going to let you take the floor. Obviously, ready to go for round 3 of the playoffs Friday. Conley coming up.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to jump in my mind. This is crazy stuff goes on in there. Coach Chadwick, you talked about, it was senior night on Friday, and that can create a distraction. But we talked before the game with this senior class, when you came your first season and the timing of when you came, you were probably still learning the seniors' names by the time of senior night.
No question.
These guys now being 4 years, some of these guys you've had for the entire 4 years as they were freshmen, and the leaders that they've become today. Talk about some of the leadership that's going to be departing Clayton this year, but what they've meant to the program.
Well, we were kind of talking about that at practice today about how, these guys have been with me all 4 years. And a lot of the classes that came before them weren't fortunate enough to have, one coach for 4 years.
Some of them had about 4 or 5.
Yeah, some of them had multiple coaches. So, and I do think you look at some of these guys that have been in the program for a number of years, and from a leadership standpoint, I mean, there's been no greater leader than River, in the job that he's done, as the leader of our leadership council. Some of our offensive linemen that have been here, Ovani, Flores, and Corey Robinson have been here since day one. Noah Smith, has been here since day one. Defensively, Charles Smith, a guy that just shows up every day and does what he's asked to do. A guy like Beckham Surratt, who is a 4.5 GPA kid.
That's all.
And obviously, somebody like Keyshawn, who has been such a huge part of us winning a lot of games. Those are just some of the guys that have been here every single, step of the way, every snap, for 4 years. And what I told them earlier this week was that, for us, what's important to me is we get that 10th win this week, and that gives us 3 straight 10-win seasons. And I think that is...
And talk about that. You mentioned to them, that doesn't happen all the time.
No, it's happened. If it happens, it would be the second time in the history of this school that, there's been 3 straight 10-win seasons. And I think for those seniors, that would be one heck of a mark that they would leave behind. That they, 3 straight 10-win seasons, and obviously we wouldn't be done at that point. But that in and of itself, I think, would be a great mark to leave on the program.
Hey, Kim, and real quickly, looking for that third straight 10-win season. The last time that happened was back in 1988, 89, and 1990.
Yeah, some good things happened during that stretch.
Yep.
Try for the same here. You talked about the offense or the defense, obviously getting the shutout. Before the game, I had asked Charles. I said, "Any chance you can get one of those interceptions again?" He said, "I got you, Miss Kim." I didn't know. I didn't even ask for 2, and he came up with 2 big interceptions on Friday nights. So that was fantastic. But like you said, it also comes with the offense not turning the ball. We had no turnovers on Friday. And every possession is so critical, especially this time of the year. The first half, you only got 3 possessions.
Right.
Only 3. And punted on the first one, field goal, touchdown. I know you feel like you left some things out there. Second half, though, again, it was really only 3 possessions if you take the kneel down.
The end of,
and they all came in. But they were very different possessions. As Wesley mentioned, a 9.5 minute possession. And then the next 2, I think it was like 35 seconds and 6 seconds because of 2 big runs by a gentleman over there, Noah Smith and Aiden Smalls.
However long it took Aiden to run 95 yards.
Yeah, that was but it's just the efficiency with the offense and being able to score. Because one, as you showed, you don't know how many possessions you're going to get, and you got to score on every possible, because penalties almost called a couple of. I mean, we did have 2 touchdowns called back. Luckily, they were able to overcome that and still put points on the board.
Well, the one we did, we had to kick a field goal after we had one of the touchdowns called back. So, I think the biggest thing is that's allowed us to be really efficient offensively is how well we've protected the football. In 11 games now, we've only turned it over 8 times. So we've been really good at protecting the football from, our quarterbacks, not throwing interceptions. But we've also done a really good job of protecting the football, with our guys that are running it.
Yeah, no, and they've been fun to watch. It just seemed like, New Hanover came in, probably not thinking that, knew they were going to be overmatched on the field and wanted to try and make it a little bit more of a mental game and get people off their rocker a little bit. But just how important that is with penalties, not giving free yards to the opponent.
And it's going to get more critical as we go along here, especially as well as we are playing defensively. When you're not giving up stuff defensively, you don't want to give stuff defensively.
No freebies.
So, and I think, again, in the games where we've played more disciplined teams, we've been more disciplined.
Yep. So, talk a little bit about, where we are injury-wise. Didn't look like any new injuries on Friday night, if I recall. But we're still waiting for a couple clearances of people coming back.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot more of River this week than we have the last couple of weeks. And I do think we're going to see some Terrace Hobbs this week that we haven't seen, obviously, in the last couple of weeks. Right now, we're hoping that we're going to have Nick Capozzi, our right tackle, who has played great all year. He did sprain an ankle in the game on Friday and stuck it out, and just toughed it out the entire game. But obviously those things have a tendency to, swell up afterwards, and his has.
Well, we need everybody to get healed and get ready for Friday night. I won't keep you, Coach, so you can eat some dinner and go home and get to bed.
Yeah, we're not good. We're about ready to end the show. So, Kim, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Winslow, we appreciate everybody again for joining us here at Vinson's Pub+Eatery for, of course, another playoffs edition of Comets Football Weekly. By the way, quick programming note, want to let everyone know this because of Thanksgiving week next week. We will have Comets Football Weekly next Monday night. next Monday night, November the 24th. That'll be at a 7 o'clock start time, same time, different day. Monday, November the 24th at 7 o'clock. And that is because we will be covering on CRN
Are we
Comets
doing it here?
Basketball. Yes.
Are they open?
They
usually not
are
open?
on Monday. They're
Okay.
open Monday.
Okay, they're usually not open on Mondays.
Are they not open on Monday?
No,
Wow.
they're not open on Mondays.
Well, I guess we can't do it on Monday. Then I know the other date was Wednesday. So
Yeah, that's too close
I don't
to-
think we can do that close to the Thanksgiving holiday. So listen, we'll figure it out. We might just have to do like a phone call version of Comets Football Weekly with Coach Scott Chadwick via the cell or something. So we'll think of something. But obviously, we do have basketball on Friday. It is going to be at Jeff Adams Gym. It is the first homestand of the season for Comets basketball. And obviously, under the direction of the new women's coach, Daniel Casey. After the passing of Coach Marlon Lee, he's the new head coach for the women's program, and obviously Mr. Kenny Collins back for another season. So because of basketball, we were going to move it to Monday, so they're closed Monday. Vincent's
Yeah, they're not open on Mondays.
Wow. Can't believe that. All right, Coach, I'm going to let you get to eating your dinner, man. Your final take of tonight and obviously getting ready for D.H. Conley this Friday. Hopefully we have a big crowd. It should be a great game. Great weather. Very important game to try to make it into the Elite Eight of the state, by the way.
Yeah, again, we've worked hard to get to this spot. We worked hard to be in a situation where in the third round we have a home playoff game, and we need to make that count. Our players are going to play great, I know, but it would really help to have a great crowd with a lot of enthusiasm out there on Friday night.
There you go. Go Comets, right?
Go Comets.
Hope you get to feeling better, man. It sucks being sick. Ladies and gentlemen, under the weather but still making it. Round of applause for the head coach, Coach Scott Chadwick. Appreciate it, sir. We're going to let him get some dinner. Thank you, Kim Winslow. All of our amazing crew. Brian Tomford made his first appearance here. Check it out, Comets Football Weekly. Thank you, as always, to Mark and Amy Coates, all of the coaches, the players, Aiden Smalls, Noah Smith, Keyshawn Stansel, Riley Linder, Carson Jones, obviously with players and everybody that joined us. We certainly do appreciate it. Don't forget, we've got football Friday night, kickoff, 7 o'clock, pregame at 6 from Nixon Fowler Stadium. By the way, it might be the final time to see what will be a football game at Nixon Fowler Stadium because they're doing the brand new re-innovations to it. Did I miss River Fiore? River, what's up, buddy? Number 14. River Fiore and everyone else. So, listen, as Coach said, this might be one of the last opportunities to see what happens on the field before they totally rebuild the new re-innovations and constructions that are coming to Nixon Fowler Stadium for next year. I mean, they're talking about December the 12th or 15th starting to do all the construction. So all the players, all the family, all the teams, the coaches, everyone a part of the Comets community, thank you. And good night from Vinson's Pub+Eatery. Join us at Nixon Fowler Friday night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, go Comets!
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Good morning, guys. I just want to warn you, traffic is tough out there.
We are here for you to tell you how to keep safe,
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can.
to provide the music, talk, and sports you love, and to deliver the news that matters to you. We are the voices you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Like, follow, and share the Community Radio Network via social media and Facebook at CRN, Community Radio Network. Also, check us out on X, Instagram, and TikTok at CRN Sports. As always, remember to listen to the games live on your radio dial at 87.9 FM and anywhere worldwide, always at wearecrn.com. This is CRN, the Community Radio Network. Since 2018, CRN. Proud to be the voice of the Clayton Comets. The following is an exclusive broadcast presentation of the Community Radio Network. We are CRN.